good are they? They're shit. 358 colors, refillable, various different sizes. Who needs that? They're crap. I don't like Copics. What a useless art supply. This is what I think of Copic markers. This is all that I need.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I am not sorry for that intro. Anyways, so today I am checking out these new markers that I found recently. I actually got these from Kmart, which is really surprising because I've never seen anything like this from Kmart before, and if you know me, you will know that I love Kmart so much, and I love finding, cheap art supplies to try out because I just really, I'm really into that kind of thing. I want to find like cool stuff that like people haven't seen before. And yeah, when I saw these markers, I nearly screamed. I was like, oh my god, they're like Kmart Copic markers. It seems that these markers here have a sort of a bullet nib and also a chisel nib, which is pretty cool and pretty standard for, cheap alcohol-based markers. I didn't really think that they were going to have a brush tip at all because that kind of thing is really expensive, so these were only $10 at my local Kmart, so I just had to get them and at least try them because I'm really curious about that kind of thing. So anyways, when I'm starting out with a new art supply, I really love to swatch them, and I just wanted to check out each and every color and just see how the nibs worked. And to be honest, I am pretty surprised with the colors. Some of them are really nice and vibrant, and some of them actually have a really sort of soft pastel color to them too, so I will give that to them. There is a sort of range of values in this pack, which I didn't expect from a cheap marker supply. But yeah, I wanted to test them out at first just to see how they work together and how they blend and that kind of thing, because usually with alcohol-based markers you will be able to blend them fairly well. However, with these markers, I just feel like there wasn't similar enough colors to get a sort of perfect blend, and they didn't blend perfectly, but to be honest, for the price, I'm still very, very happy with them. But they did still layer pretty well, and I was able to get sort of different colors as well by layering different colors over the top of each other. But yeah, once I had a feel for how the markers worked and I knew what kind of colors I could get from them, I decided to go in and make an illustration because that's what I do on this channel. So the basic idea behind this illustration that I wanted to do, I just kind of wanted to draw a young lady just chillaxing and drinking juice. I don't know why, I just felt like this was the kind of thing I just really wanted to draw, and that's how I sort of go about things. Now I will admit I am technically using a Copic product in this video. I am using my multi-liners, which are Copic branded, so it's not really a cop-out though because I couldn't find fine liners in this, and it's not exactly a challenge anyways, so I'm gonna let that slide. But yeah, a few things I wanted to say about the line art in this illustration was I am very happy with how the shoes turned out. I just really enjoyed the look of them, and I felt like I did them pretty well. One thing I didn't do exactly well in this sort of line art phase was the hands, but to be honest, I have issues with hands anyways, and I don't know, I can never get them right, and you guys probably can relate, but I'm still really happy with the overall look of the line art, and I feel like I got the style down that I wanted to get, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, now we are finally using these markers, and I have just thought of a few different pros and cons to this. Basically, the pros are they are very, very juicy. I really enjoy the sort of juiciness of the marker. They are very wet when you put them down, and I feel like you can get some pretty nice coverage with them. The colors are very nice. There's some very, very vibrant colors in this, and I absolutely love the purples and the blues. I just think that they're really nice and deep and saturated. So yeah. One thing I will say about these markers is the blending, not as good as Copic's. I'm gonna have to go back on what I did say at the start of the video, but Copic's are definitely superior to these markers in that respect. Although, to be honest, the amount of money you pay for Copics, you kind of expect that anyways, and these are pretty affordable. I definitely feel like only having a bullet and a chisel nib did contribute to the fact that they didn't blend as well as the Copics, because the brush nib just makes it so much easier. But as I have said before in this video, the brush nib is more expensive, so I guess that's a way that they were able to keep the price down quite a bit. But yeah, I still found that even blending with the chisel nib on Copic markers, you still do get a bit of a better blend than you do on these. But to be honest, overall it was still a very good experience, and I definitely enjoyed working with these markers. If you are, looking for a budget art supply and you can't afford Copics but you still really want to color in and get that lovely alcohol marker look, these are definitely a very, very good way to go. They layered really nicely, and I was able to get like lots and lots of layers of marker ink over the top. I tried to sort of push the limits a little bit and layer a lot of marker in that background to see how dark I could get it and to see if I could sort of saturate the paper to the fullest extent. But these markers did really well, and they layered really nicely, and they didn't get that sort of thick glossy look that other markers get when you're trying to layer too much ink. They didn't really get that, so to be honest, I'm gonna give them that. I think that that was a pretty good thing. One thing I'm going to say though is a lack of a skin tone marker. I do find this a bit of a con, because a lot of the time people will like to draw people, and without a skin tone marker it's not really going to work. Although I kind of just went in with just the lightest pink color I could and shaded with that in the shadows, and then just left the rest of the skin white, and I still think that that sort of works, and it does look, kind of real in a sort of stylized way, if that makes sense. One thing though, I did struggle a little bit to get a sort of even coat of that turquoisey color. I don't know why, it just started to get like darker patches in some areas and I couldn't really get a nice soft wash. But to be honest, I just did as best as I could, and I still think it looks pretty good. I had a lot of fun layering different colors over the top of each other, like with her shirt and her shoes. I got a nice orange color by layering some yellows and pinks over each other, and in her hair I got some nice shades by doing a sort of layer underneath with the turquoise and then going over the top with the pink to get some nice sort of purple shadows in her hair. But yeah, one thing I am going to say though is the gel pen. For some reason the ink from the gel pen mixed with the dye of these markers, and it sort of turned the white gel pen different colors. That does happen a tiny bit with the Copic markers, but definitely not to the extent that it happened with these, so you're gonna have to watch out a little bit for that if you use these. But yeah, overall I am going to say well done Kmart for getting markers, alcohol based markers. This kind of thing really excites me, because I just love finding sort of like cheaper alternatives to different art supplies, and I love trying out new things, and alcohol based markers are one of my favorite art supplies to use, and I love Kmart. That's all you gotta sort of take away from this, is I love Kmart. So anyways, here is the final results to this video, and I really enjoyed using these markers, and I am quite happy with the results of the art as well. I think it looks pretty cute, and the art style is definitely where I wanted it to be. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know below what you think about this artwork, and if you have tried these markers or similar types, and what kind of results you've gotten with that. And yeah, please hit like and subscribe to get your scribble fix in the future, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone!